Hello, friends. We are coming to you live from station WGJL, pronounced Giggle, which stands for Wow, Gina, Judy, Leo, who are our beloved founders. Today, we are featuring testimonials from members of the amazing and wonderful University Temple United Methodist Church. So don't touch that remote. Stay tuned. Your heart will be warmed, and your credit card will be requested.
Once upon a time, many, many years ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Oh, wait, that's another story. Sorry about that. Let me begin again. Once upon a time, a small congregation in a small steepled church in Seattle, near the fast-growing University of Washington, had a big dream. In their future, they imagined a large Gothic-inspired church to be built on the corner of 43rd Street and 15th Avenue Northeast. And with prayers and trust in God's promise, they made it happen. Of course, it took many, many prayers and many, many pledges, but they did it. They saw themselves as dreamers with God, and the church their dream and pledges built was magnificent, big and magnificent.
I started coming to the temple definitely in 2005. I facilitated a vision session and a strategy session with the whole congregation, and I'm been around ever since then.
I've been a part of University Temple since my family moved here in 1961. So for about 50 years, I went through Sunday school as a young child and through youth group as a middle school and high schooler, and then now as an adult and older adult have continued.
For a pledge of only $10 a month, the retired Reverend Judy Schultz will come to your home and preach you a stewardship sermon. For a pledge of only $200 a month, the retired Reverend Judy Schultz promises not to come to your home and preach a stewardship sermon.
I have great memories of participating in the Sunday school and helping and watching the children from early stage in their lives to becoming 7 or 8 years old and reading stories to them. And when our grandchildren became preschoolers, we brought them to Sunday school, and I sat in the classroom with them and had warm memories of sharing the stories of Jesus growing up and what a Christian faith meant to us. I also have memories of working in the thrift store. We started a program where residents of the community could come in and buy household items for almost nothing, and there were a lot of people who had that need. And I enjoyed talking with people and being a part of volunteer staff to provide that resource.
For a pledge of only $50 a week, you may choose to spend a lovely afternoon with either Tato, Paul's corgi, dog, or Jasmine, Judy Schultz's yellow lab, dog. For a pledge of only $100 a week, you get the dog of your choice for a whole weekend.
One is the steadiness of the church, the fact that it's here, in good times and in challenging times. The spiritual guidance and the reminder that God is with us at all times. A lot of that spiritual guidance comes from the sermons and the worship, the music, the flowers, the candles. And now that we're online, there's frequently a video that's really beautiful with lots of music or poetry that fits whatever the message of the day is. So the church has remained a steadfast, I could say rock in my life throughout these years.
The church has helped me to understand that my life is a life worth not only living, but a life worth giving. And I think that people need to hear that. It's not that I wasn't busy at any point in my life, but it's different to be busy with an understanding that you're giving your life to the situation. You're giving your life to the situation with a purpose. And the church has helped me to understand that and to be the wholeness that I can be.
For a pledge of $1,000, Dale Hoff will come to your driveway and build a tiny house. For a pledge of $2,000, Dale Hoff will come to your driveway and build a tiny house, and Ann McKee will keep you in brownies for 6 months.
Another reason the church is important to me is the group of people that are in the church. I really appreciate the caring, thoughtful, generous and giving, smart, funny, and open people in the church. I have always appreciated the church's social justice mission to try to improve the lives of those who are less fortunate. I've appreciated in the past deep conversations with the Racial Justice Conversation Group, and now an enrichment hour.
For a pledge of $5 a week, Monty Bossard will come to your home and play a tuba concert for 1 hour. For a pledge of $500 a week, Monty Bossard will not come to your house, tuba in hand.
I see the gospel really about breaking down those walls that would try to keep people out. And so if you look at the Gospels, Jesus comes and there's all these people who feel rejected, either by political and religious authorities. And so all those who maybe thought that they could never be loved or accepted are seen as first, right? They're welcomed at the table. And those who are at the center of religious or political authority are often challenged by Jesus. And so I hope to continue to be a community like that, where we grow into being increasingly inclusive and working for social justice, as well as reimagining what it looks like to gather together and embody Jesus's ministry.
I think it's especially needed now, when people have been turned off by religious or church people. It's not about the church. The church is an institution that should serve the mission that Jesus Christ lived and died for. And it requires a certain sacrifice from us to go beyond our own comfort zones, to realize the humanity of people that we have denied humanity to because of whatever barrier we have set up. And more than ever today, people who have been abused by church, have been ignored by church, have been put off by church, people who are asking questions and who want to be with people who have good questions and who can live with ambiguity, not certainty. That's what the church should be about today. And I think this congregation fulfills that mission.
So when I think about our vision of moving forward, it's one that really started before my time. You all had all these holy nudges and dreams of being a church that would be relevant and new in the community, connecting with people in new ways, which led you to do listening campaigns to college students and to going on this journey that led to the deconstruction of your beloved building, and now waiting to rebuild into something that's more sustainable, something that will empower us to be a community hub, connect with people in new ways, to have a coffee shop as well as an all-age performance studio. And really that new community that we're starting is already happening now as we begin to reach out to new people that were not represented in the church till recently, more age diversity and racial diversity, and as well as continuing our commitment to LGBTQ inclusion out of a deep commitment to the gospel itself that propels us to be a radically inclusive church moved by God's love in our community. And so I'm excited to continue to do that work with you and to continue to live out that vision together and see where it takes us to all these new and exciting places that we couldn't have fully foreseen.
The story of University Temple is a story of dreams, of visions and revisions, of a group of people trusting in God to lead them into the future that they believe God has for them. It was not an easy decision to tear down the building. It is not easy to wait faithfully for a new building to rise up in its place. It has not been easy to be a community when we are masked, socially distanced, and unable to gather together. But our spirit is still strong, maybe even made stronger because of the setbacks. And our faith is deep, maybe even deeper because we have needed faith more. But most of all, our hope is in God and in you. You will help us move faithfully into our future. You can help make our dream of a new and returning congregation at the corner of 43rd and 15th Avenue Northeast possible. We need faith and hope, and we need your faithful generosity. Come join with us in our dreaming and in our giving. I wholeheartedly believe it will put a light in your eyes, a song in your heart, and a spring in your step, because you will know that we are all in it together, you and we and God.
And now, signing off, you have been watching station WGJL, pronounced Giggle. Thank you for watching and for making a new pledge or raising your present one. God loves you, and so do we.